Hello, guys, and I want to welcome you on the live broadcast. Welcome on the live. I want us to go through just what's going on with an associate pastor of 2819 Church. He goes by the name of Pastor Kenneth. So there's a situation there, and if he is convicted, he's actually looking at 10 years. Yes, in case if he is convicted, he's looking at 10 years. So right now he has been arrested, and I want us to just have a look at what exactly is going on. So this is the associate pastor. He goes by the name of Pastor Kenneth McFarland. So preaches in 2819 and his recent mugshot. So Atlanta mega church pastor arrested for hitting stepson with a power cord till he bled. So I want us to go through this. So an Atlanta mega church pastor has been arrested and charged with cruelty to children after allegedly striking his stepson with a power cord until he bled. You know, the laws that are always defending children are always quite serious laws. Those are not laws to play around with. You know, there are some parts of the world that a lot of cruel things are being done to children and there's nowhere they can run to. But on countries that where laws have actually been put in place and systems are working, you can't do such things to children. So Kenneth McFarland, 42, associate pastor of the multi-ethnic 2819 church, was arrested on November 10th in Stockbridge, a suburb south of Atlanta, according to the arrest record. So this associate pastor is arrested. He has been arrested already. You know, he is right now behind bars and just waiting to see now how everything turns up. But he's looking at 10 years. Think about it, he's looking at 10 years. If he's caught guilty on this, he's looking at 10 years. So earlier the same day, McFarland's 15-year-old stepson went to his private Christian school in Hampton, Georgia, with blood on his pants. According to the Stockbridge police report, the boy asked the assistant principal if he noticed the blood. The assistant principal asked the boy what caused the injury. So we will be checking out these, we'll be looking at these, we'll be checking out the police report. Let me just show you. So this here is the police report. This is the police report here. So you can see it. He's being charged with cruelty to children. That is a second degree. So his name is right there. You can see Kenneth McFarland. He's the suspect. He's 42 years. He's a male, 5'8", and all those things. The victim is a 15-year-old. So the suspect is a black African American. Same thing with the victim. He's actually a black African American as well. So this is very serious. This is very serious. You can see the dates right there. Was on the 11th, 10th, 2025. So incident report. So this is the narrative here. Child abuse. So the narrative is on November 10th, 2025, the officer along with officer were dispatched to 2455 Mount Carmel Road for a reported child abuse incident. So upon arrival, I spoke with assistant principal who advised that, so definitely they can't show the name of the child. So upon entering the room, Mr. Dash asked Mr. if there was blood on the back of his pants. Mr. Dash observed a black stain on Mr. Dash pants and inquired about the cause. Mr. Dash stated my dad called himself disciplining me. When asked what he was hit with, Mr. Dash replied that he was struck with an extension cord. So Mr. Dash advised the incident occurred at, so they are keeping all that just to be able to safeguard the locations and the names of the child and everything. So Mr. Dash then contacted Henry County Police. Henry County Fire Rescue was on the scene and showed pictures of Mr. Dash bruises. I observed bruising to the upper right thigh and lower buttocks. So they took pictures. So crime scene tech took pictures of the injuries. So Mr. left his property with his wife, Erica Farland, was transported to Henry County Jail. So that's where he is being held right now. He is behind bars. So he's being behind bars currently. So let's go back to this post here. So my dad called himself disciplining me, the boy answered. The assistant police principal then called police. Police report state the boy told police that his stepdad used an extension cord from a video game system to hit him. Mr. Farland was disciplining his son that morning at home for receiving an in-school suspension. The boy told police the injuries also included bruising on the boy's thigh and rear end, police records state. So this here is Pastor Kenneth. You know, anger, we need to really have a lot of self-control because anger causes a lot of damage. Physically, spiritually, even in the relationships that we have. That is why disciplining, you know, there are ways to discipline a child. But now, sometimes as parents, if we let anger overtake us, you know, sometimes it can be quite cruel to the child. So Mark Farland has a second-degree charge for cruelty to children, according to the arrest record. If convicted, McFarland could serve 1 to 10 years in prison, according to Georgia law. McFarland also owns a gun training business called GFG Trains, or God Family Guns. We have been in a fight since the day we were born, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, stated an Instagram post for his business. A never-ending loop of battles with adversaries and ourselves, but enough is enough. We have to fight back against the things that have held us back. So this should be one of his posts that he actually had uploaded on Instagram. So Mark Farland was booked in the Henry County Jail on November 10th and released 2 days later on a $2,500 bond, said Lieutenant Dale Davis for the Henry County Sheriff's Office. So the guys in charge of this blog post are saying they also tried to contact Philip Anthony Michel, who's the head pastor at 2819 Church, to ask whether McFarland still works at the church, but received no response. And then past and present versions of the church website do not list McFarland as a pastor there. Michelle recently drew criticism for blaming police killings on people. So that's a different story now altogether. That's a different story by itself. But they have no response currently from 2819 church. So self-control, self-control, self-control. The Bible speaks about self-control, and it's actually very important. So I can see in the comment section, Andrea is saying, what? Yeah, it's quite sad what's going on. Very, very sad what's going on out here. And it's just think about it. It is just a matter of self-control. You see, self-control is very important, because some of these things, you know, it is just anger. Maybe as a parent, he was actually disappointed. He was upset. But as much as discipline is necessary, but what are the ways to do it that now it is not extreme? You see, because also the Bible speaks about us training a child in the way that the child needs to go. Because when the child is old, he will not depart from it. But now, how do we train this child? You know, at the end of the day, it has to be guided also by the word of God. It has to be not from a place of anger, but it should be from a place of love. You see, it should be from a place of love. The motivation should be love. If sometimes maybe you're in that state and anger has really aroused, then that is not the best time for you to discipline them. Maybe that is just time for you to go outside the house, maybe go for a walk, or just distract yourself with something different. And then later on, you can come back, have a seat with them, just sit down with them, and then maybe go back to that situation and find better ways on how you can listen to them. You can get to understand what exactly transpired. Because you see, also these kids nowadays, it's different from the time that most of us were actually growing up, because what also they have been exposed to in terms of entertainment, in terms of even their relationships with other children, it's different. It's very different. So also from a parent, you need to unlearn your own growing method, because maybe you growing up, that is how your parents used to handle you. It was, if you did a mistake, you'll just lay on the ground. They took whatever that was available and they'll give you as many strokes as possible, you see. But right now, things are different. The laws are different and things are different. These kids, bringing them up is different. That is why also I would encourage, there are books that have been written about these modern kids. I won't recommend any specific one, but it is good for us to get such books. Just go search for there are a number of them. Just go and search for a number of them, get the best that you can get, see what you'll be able to pick from that book when you decide to read it. I'm sure that information will really be of help to a lot of different parents. I won't recommend any specific book, but I have seen and also I have read quite a number of them. So go for those books, because this generation is different with the AIs, with the robots, with everything that these kids are actually exposed to, even how school is being conducted. You know, some of these schools actually, they don't have physical teachers. Some of them, the school is being conducted with it's everything is digital, everything is digitalized, the AIs, the robots and everything. So they are receiving a very different type of education. They're coming up very differently. So and it's also one of the major reasons why you can see that there's a lot of mental illnesses from kids, teenagers. They have a lot of challenge in that area, because maybe they're looking for someone who can be able to understand them, where they can be able to voice and just bring out and express themselves for who they are. But now they are caught in between maybe parents who are from a different generation. And then now for them, parents are not sure anymore what the future holds, not only about the kids, but generally, you see, with everything that's just going on. So we need to take time as well to study about the time that we are in and how it is best for us to raise these children. Because you see, information, Bible speaks about that in the book of Hosea 4:6, speaks about knowledge. Knowledge is important. Equipping yourself. You know, I hear some parents always suggest and say that, there's no formula for them to raise their kids. So that means that, or rather suggest that they have just decided to do whatever works, whatever doesn't work. It's just a matter of guesswork. But that is not the pattern that God has set for us. Because if God says, train up a child in the way he should go, first of all, God is looking at you like someone who already is aware of how this child is supposed to go. So he has entrusted you with his child, and now he's asking you to train this child. It is the same way maybe for a national team, could be a national basketball team. You don't just get any coach to come and train that team. No, this coach has to be experienced. They have to know it. They have to be, in short, you have to be fully convinced that, yes, this is the perfect coach for this team. And then you, as the sponsor of that team or whatever, you now confidently agree to employ this coach to train this team because of what the coach carries, the investment that he has done into himself over time. So as parents, let us just not walk with kids just trying all these guess methods. Let us be very intentional about how to raise these children. And the best way to do that is for us to equip ourselves with the right materials. Let us get the books that guide on how to raise these kids, because the generation is changed. Everything is not the way it used to be, and it's about even to change even more. So with all that being said, let us equip ourselves. Hosea 4:6 speaks about knowledge. People perish because of lack of knowledge. You see the disconnection in families. Sometimes you find that kids are running away from home. Kids are not, they're not comfortable even around their own parents themselves, you see. So, but if we equip ourselves with the right materials, if we equip ourselves as parents, let us get also even apart from, you see, even apart from the books, sometimes there are seminars that are always created, seminars that can help guide and nurture parents on how to be able to develop their children. Let us not just leave the kids to the teachers or the principals or the society. No, it is our responsibility. It is our responsibility. God has given these kids to us, not for us to be cruel to them, but for us to be able to train them in the way that they should go. And the Bible says, when the child is old, they will not depart from it. They will not depart from it. So have we developed ourselves? Have we developed ourselves intentionally so that we can help these kids to be who they are meant to be? There's someone that they are meant to be. So let's go back to investing good material into ourselves that will help us raise a generation that we will all be proud of. Yeah. So I'd like to hear what you think about this in the comment section. Go ahead, let me know what you think about this. This is definitely a sad situation, because as a preacher, as a man of God, you need to be aware of some of these things. But clearly, it's happening just before our eyes. So let me know what you think about this. Go ahead, right there in the comment section, and stay blessed. Also, share more methods on how we can be able to raise these kids, so that now, as parents, we are not caught in such kinds